Hi. They say rest days are days when you sit and think about training. Well, this was today in my case. I was going home after a really long day at the lab, and my brain was already in overdrive after calculating all of these buffers and solvents and concentrations. So I was thinking about yesterday's squat, and I came up with several ideas that I hope will improve my future training. And I want to share these ideas with you, hoping that they might help you. What I want to talk about today. Behind this fancy and catchy title about how leg presses were more useful for me than front squats is an illustration of several important principles in strength training, especially if you are coaching yourself, so if you're training without a coach, as it is in my case. So let me tell you a few words about my training experience. I was not kind of active kid. I used to train karate when I was 15 years old, and that lasted for several years, but besides that I do not have some sport experience, which is really bad. I started lifting at 21 and now I'm 25. So I've been lifting consistently for around 4 years. A year and a half ago I suffered a sciatic nerve injury, and my whole career is divided to before and after sciatic nerve injury. So before it was not easy, but it was much easier and far less complicated than today. I didn't have to think as much as I have to now. I had to change my forms and to think about a lot of things. These are some, I'm struggling with forms on squat and deadlift, and this is what I came up with. So first thing, every person is an individual. Before the injury, I did more or less the same accessory work I do today, but I did leg presses. Today I cannot do leg presses since they irritate my nerves so much. I decided to replace leg presses with front squats. This seemed as a brilliant idea. I mean, front squats are hardcore and far more useful than leg presses. They help you build up a squat position, core strength, leg strength. They help you if you have some difficulties with the depth and position of your back. And from that point of view, front squats could only help me. But that was not the case. Why? When I was doing leg presses, I could just put a ton of load, which is more than I would put on the squat, so I could load my legs without loading my central nervous system. That's why I mentioned that I never did some sports seriously before powerlifting. I guess this is different for people who were active in sports in their childhood, but my central nervous system is really prone to overtraining. Leg press is not a demanding exercise for nervous system, so you can do whatever you want. You can do heavy singles, you can do tons of sets. It won't affect your central nervous system. But it can provide a good stimulus for your legs, and your legs can get used to even bigger weights than you do on squats. When you don't do front squats for years, they are really weak compared to your back squats, and this is what happened to me. So I couldn't activate my legs as much as I could on leg presses, but CNS was activated. I came up with a conclusion that front squat is really demanding for nervous system when it's added to my squat, bench and deadlift sessions. So that's just one of the illustrations how something that is widely accepted and that is good for most of the people can be bad for some individual with certain life circumstances. So what is my point? First, you have to realize that you are an individual. You are not some famous athlete you see on the internet. you don't have his or her proportions, you don't have his or her life history, you don't have his or her metabolism. So you have to figure out what's good for you. You need to educate constantly, watch as much YouTube videos, read as much articles, books, try to attend seminars if you have this opportunity. You should talk to your colleagues and exchange your knowledges. But in this, you should keep all this knowledge in mind. But you should find out what's best for you. And if somebody asks you for advice, you should find out what's best for them. So you have to filter all this knowledge and figure out what is useful for you. In other words, if you have a reasonable evidence that running a marathon can improve your bench, squat or deadlift, you should stop doing incline benches and lunges and go run a marathon. I mean, you're not going to come to these extreme situations, but I just want to make my point clear. What I also wanted to say is don't fix it if it ain't broken. Don't fix it if it ain't broken. Don't fix it if it ain't broken. I repeated it 3 times because it is a mistake that I repeated several times. You know, we always want to improve our forms. Nobody has a perfect form, and you should strive for making your form closer and closer to perfection. But you should try to avoid making changes that will screw up more things that they fix. I would recommend you that you don't make some major modifications to your form if it is legitimate, so that you can get these white flags and meet. If it is not causing you to be more susceptible to injury, and if it is enabling you to progress. If these three things are satisfied, you should really keep up with that form with some really minor modifications. And that is I figured that was very important for me. I also wanted to point out that something that is good for you at this moment might not be good in a year, and vice versa. So you should always be in these dynamics. You should always improve your knowledge and keep in mind if something goes wrong, you should try to fix it. So this is not a static sport. Sports science is not a static stuff. So you should keep all that in mind for better progress. This is my life story, and something that I came up with, so I wanted to share with you guys. This is my experience and some examples. I'm not telling you you should stop doing front squat and start doing leg presses. I'm not giving you excuse to quit front squats. It's a great exercise. I'm just telling you to start thinking with your brain, considering your body, your proportions, your metabolism in everything. In training, in nutrition, whatever you do. Just you need to understand your body and how it reacts to certain exercises. So that's all I wanted to say today. I hope I will be posting some more lifting videos soon. And stay strong, stay smart, and goodbye.